got your audio levels dialed in. I feel like I'm on Omegle right now, but the screen is horizontal. How you doing, man?
Alhamdulillah, man, doing fantastic. How are you?
God bless God, man. I'm doing amazing. Every day is the best day of my life. I got to say.
I
Every
love
day
it.
is the best day of my life.
Some awesome Jewish energy right there.
Bro, everybody on the internet, man, there's so many people that do awesome Jew energy, and you're one of them. And
Thank you.
uh, oh my God, I can't believe you're wearing that shirt straight up in that camera, like, boom. I love that shirt. Get a close up on that shirt. Hold on, I'll pull up. I'm going to pull up. Give me 1 second to pull this one up.
I
Because
mean, I am
that
what I
is
am,
a shirt, folks.
I am
Look
who I am.
at that. Oh my God. Literally for my audience. I got a white colonializer over here, folks. What are we going to do about this? I'm going to play this clip because this is just so the audience understands like the level of magic here on your broadcast. So
From Israel.
Me? No, don't. No, me? Pakistan. I'm safe. Don't worry. And when انت?
من سوريا.
You like Jolani?
Yes, I do.
You want to kill the Dursi?
I want to kill Israel, Derzi,
Dursi Alawi?
Alawi, everything.
Anyone that's not the Sunni, huh?
Yes.
Shia also?
Shia too.
You are a Sunni Syrian in America.
Yes,
You want to
yes.
kill the Jews. You want to kill the Druze. You want to kill the Alawi. I'm
Yes.
curious. You live in America. Do you like America?
Yes. You from Israel?
Me? No, don't. Me? Pakistan. I'm safe. Don't worry.
Actually
God.
from Pakistan?
Pakistan, yeah. Pakistan Zindabad. You know, when I grow up, I want to be great.
Pakistan Zindabad!
So, why you put up that flag?
It's just for conversation. No, let's talk about you. I'm curious. Usually many Syrian Americans, they support death to America. Like, America is the shaitan, no? You want America to be Muslim, no?
Exactly.
This is a young Syrian man, wants to see the destruction of America's allies, wants to kill other Muslim groups who don't agree with him, like the Druze, wants to kill Alawites because they don't believe in the same religion as him, and essentially supports the destruction of America while reaping the benefits of being in America, him and his family. You know this saying we have? Take one good look at him and deport. Sharafna, I hope I get to see you in Syria one day, inshallah. Love you, brother.
Oh my God. So obviously you've been doing this for many years. How many videos? And I say this openly, like, you know, you've been doing this for how many years that you started with the Omegle?
Not even. I think I've only been doing the Omi TV publicly for 3 months.
No. You
Yeah.
have like a million videos.
For the Omi TV specifically for 3 months. I've been a YouTuber for around 12 years.
Okay.
I was a travel video creator before the 7th of October. I traveled around the world to almost 80 countries for 10 years. That's all I did. And then when October 7th happened, I shifted my whole YouTube channel into a channel that talked about, defended, and advocated for Israel.
Mhm.
And that's now shifted into a more direct message of peace through strength, and a wider message about Mizrahi Jewish heritage, Ethiopian Jewish heritage, the Middle East, and obviously being very attacky of the other side.
You know, the PR front. So what you're on to is a really big deal, and you do a really wonderful job, especially in the Muslim world. And
you.
like the way that you go about it is so funny. The way that you're American also, so you're like literally teaching Americans about things that go down in the Muslim world. And people want to say, what does Israel do for us? You know, people are always saying that on the internet, like, what does Israel do for us? Well, like, here you have a Jewish man who speaks fluent English, a Jewish American man in Israel who speaks Arabic and all sorts of language. Urmian, he has Aramaic on his tongue in his household. And he, like, the revealing of that you did the other day, you know, of an American, of a jihadi Syrian in America, you know, that is a service to the West that Israel just does for free. Israel's citizens are just doing for free. It's not even government. It's just the people of Israel, the Jewish people of Israel. So, just kind of wanted to highlight that. What are your thoughts? And then I have a final question for you. I know you probably want to get to sleep, and you got some big work ahead of you in the coming days.
Yeah, I got an early morning tomorrow.
What do you think about what I just said? And then I want to ask you a final question
I think I really do think that
about PR.
Israel sort of abandoned us in the PR fight very early on in the war. They just realized it wasn't a fight worth fighting. They had like the spokesperson with Jonathan Conricus, and then it turned to Elon Levy, and then Elon Levy sort of got a little political, and it started going to shit, and it was over before it started. And he kind of did it; he ran it on his own, but he didn't get any help from anyone. And this is people don't understand. I was homeless for 4 months, sleeping on people's couches, sleeping on people's floors. As a 27-year-old, that's not like a realistic reality. You know, I went from having a job to losing all my sponsors for being pro-Israel to sleeping on a floor.
Wow,
That's
you're
not a realistic.
27.
I'm 29 now.
God
I was
bless our
27 when the war
people.
started.
Wow, that's amazing. You're so
Thank you.
young. Baruch Hashem.
But like people don't understand. We had no help. We still don't have much help. I get a lot of help from my audience, but the fact that Israel all but abandoned the effort is a real problem. I do think though that our decentralization legitimizes our cause. The fact that I had to struggle to defend Israel legitimized my cause, and I think it's what helped me build my reputation because people knew I wasn't getting funded by anybody. I wasn't getting any money from any big Jewish donors from any organization because I say the word retard every 3 seconds on my channel. People know I'm not brand friendly or Jewish org friendly, and it legitimized the cause. Then it helped people rally around me to support me up. Um, and I think that we need more of that. I think Charlie Kirk's messaging to Bibi Netanyahu is something that he's actually, I can see that Bibi is heeding the warning, but it's not enough. What pissed me off this week or last week when the hostages came home was I saw a lot of advocates in this space say, the Jews are tired. We've had enough. Israelis are tired. Now the hostages are home. We can chill, go back out to partying in Tel Aviv. We can enjoy life again. I saw some shit the last 2 years I will never be able to unsee. We have targets on all of our heads. Now is not the time for the complacency we had on October 6th. Now is not the time for the complacency we had in 2014. It's not the time for the complacency we had in 2021. Now is the time for every single one of us to join this brigade, to become a fighter, to employ the same jihadist, shuhada, shahid mentality that our adversaries have against us and fight. Like Trump said when he got shot in the face, fight, fight, fight. I really believe in this ideology. We need to be 100% on the offensive right now as Jews, as Israelis, as Zionists, cutthroat, aggressive in our PR, in our messaging, in our beliefs, and what we stand for, and being unapologetic. I just launched a whole merch wear that just takes anti-Semitic memes and puts it on your body. And people are loving it. It's selling like hotcakes. We need to, Tim Pool always talks about this. We need to create counterculture. We need to make Jews cool again without it sounding so fucking stupid the way that I said it right now. But Jews have become uncool. How do you turn up the cool factor with Judaism again, with Jewish people, with Israelis? I believe what I'm doing, what Sar is doing, my friend Abraham Hamra is doing, my friend Other Barak is doing, my friend Talia is doing. All these people who are out here fighting like fucking maniacs day in, day out to improve our imaging from the ground level, that's what's going to make it happen. But it requires every single Jew, every single Israeli, every single Zionist to look at themselves in the mirror and say, yeah, you know what? They can't do it on their own. I got to join. I got to take this up. We don't have the privilege of sitting this one out. Unfortunately, I wish you did, but we don't. We all got to fight.
So I hear exactly where you're coming from. I appreciate your take, and I would say also that the best PR that we could possibly have is winning a war, especially a war
Agreed.
on 7 fronts. You know, when we have nuclear missiles and laser beams, that space lasers, that we end up conquering our enemies entirely and affecting massive regime change just through rudimentary means like pagers and simple and precision strikes. You know, that I understand that the state would be focused on winning the war more than the media PR. And now that the war's over, I would hope that we could start promoting some of those messages of absolute defeat to the
Yeah.
enemy, you know, through the media, because you're right. We need to start investing and telling the story of what happened and being aggressive and making sure that the narrative is claimed for the next 50 years on this subject.
No more
That like
Hasbara. No more going on the defensive. We need to be a fully offensive force now, going 100% attacking.
I said in the beginning of this episode, it was going to be an offensive episode, and that is where we are. We are on the offensive, and we are on the offensive so much that like we didn't even and just to even further that point, like to be presumptuous about our nuclear missiles. Like, why don't we invade North Korea? Because Japan's like, please don't
Wait a
do it,
moment.
don't do it.
Wait a moment.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
They only got
not trying
like
to invade
80,
North
bro.
Korea, bro.
They only got like 80. We got
Wait a
400,
moment.
you know?
Wait a moment, bro. I don't want to. I don't want to invade North Korea. Let me get my rights back in Iraq first. I don't. I don't want to
I'm not
attack
saying
North
nobody should
Korea.
invade North Korea. That's why, because they have nukes and Japan doesn't want them to do it and lobbies the whole world because they know that this regime is so crazy that they would do it. There's a point where like people need to realize that like Israel has 400 nuclear missiles and a crazy space program and it didn't even use any of its most aggressive weapons in any of the wars that it fought in all of the wars. More than half of the buildings in Gaza are gone, but the death toll is officially 58,000 and only 9,000 of them are civilian casualties. And all these were like houses that had tunnels that were demolished through TNT, not air bombs dropping from the sky like Syrian girl wants you to believe in her propaganda hit pieces. So winning the information war is the next step to absolute victory, and there's nothing that sells a story like absolute victory than absolute victory itself. So kudos to the Israeli government for winning the war and carrying out such an amazing use of force while being so potentially lethal and responsible with lethal force. That it didn't use its mass weaponry and that the situation has been calmed without the use of really sophisticated military technology. Really potential weapons of mass destruction. So that being said, that's why Israel is clearly the fourth most powerful army in the world, and that type of messaging needs to get out there. So, I really hope that Israel works with you. I hope they work with me and other influencers that are on the internet carrying this message. I know Netanyahu just had this like kind of like, you know, semi-public luncheon with like 8 young influencers on the
Yeah.
internet, and I was like a little bit disturbed by it, but it's like there's much more effect there, include them, but there's a lot of effective strategies that could be
Yeah.
improved to
Yeah.
really dominate with low budget, no budget.
Yeah. With
Like
no
I
budget.
pay to
Yeah.
do this because I want the honor and glory of being a part of serving my people like this. You know what I'm saying? My heritage and the message of what I believe in.
Yeah.
I would never want a $7,000 check per post. I mean, it would be really cool, but I would much rather donate all $7,000 to bullets or whatever the IDF needs if I was able to get a $7,000 check, from the government of Israel. I'm like, put it into the defense of the nation. So, appreciate what you say and your perspective on PR, and God willing, in the coming days, we'll see some good PR shifts in Israel, especially with this Tommy Robinson trip. That was a big statement, and I also think, God willing, if you're doing great work, the promotion of a Jewish synagogue on top of the Temple Mount, just a small little shtibel, where some people could go and say some prayers, because it's only going to take one or two real sincere prayers, and the whole system collapses because God's compassion for us is so great. And with my red heifers, we will be purified again for temple service. So let's begin.
Let's go.
Let's go on the temple.
My neighbors are gonna kill me.
Okay, last question I have for you, then I'm going to let you go because I know you're super busy. In the coming weeks and months, what do you think people should look out for as it relates to Israel? Where do you feel the big stories are? What's moving? What's shaking? You got your ear to the ground inside of Israel, outside of Israel. Take as much time as you need. The audience is yours.
I would say it's tense. Keep an eye out on Iran, the front with Iran and the front with Hezbollah, and also with Syria. To be honest, all three are extremely unstable. Hamas has been somewhat quelled as a threat right now militarily, but they're arming, as we know right now. They're arming up right now, and they're refusing to disarm. I think it's more right now keeping an eye on the American administration because it doesn't feel like we have a government who's pulling the strings right now. It feels like the American government is choosing the route for us. Not sure that's the smartest decision. Regardless of the outcome, it seems like that's not something we shouldn't be going down that route. As appreciative as I am, by the way, and I want to reiterate, for America, for the United States, for the people of the United States, for Donald Trump, for JD Vance, for Jared Kushner, for Steve Witkoff, for everybody who made the deal happen to get our live hostages back home, also telling us about our sovereignty and about our uh, potential sovereignty of Judea and Samaria, telling us what we can and can't do. I don't appreciate it. I don't think it's right. I don't think it's normal, and I think we should honestly call a bluff when we see a bluff. And I don't believe that Israel would or I don't believe that the U.S. will disconnect relations with Israel over declaring sovereignty in the Judea and Samaria. We're heading this ceasefire, this cessation of hostilities right now.
Really quick, you
It's
think
just
it? Yes or no? You think it'll happen or not?
the annexation,
Yeah.
not under BB. I don't think
Okay.
so.
All right. Go
Not,
back to what you were
I
saying.
don't see it happening now, especially after such hardcore statements from the U.S. administration. I don't think so.
Okay.
Um, I actually think I keep saying this. I think they're going to try to push us into a two-state solution, which would be a huge, huge mistake.
God forbid.
Um, but it looks like that's where we're heading. I would say keep in mind right now that all this secession of hostilities is very much temporary. Syria is extremely unstable, and that may erupt at any point. I think it has the lowest chance of erupting at the moment. Lebanon looks it's like it's about to erupt like any day now. I was actually just getting warnings on my phone now that there may be another front opening up this week. Because it's just Hezbollah is rampant and the Lebanese government has done absolutely nothing to stop it. And Hamas is in their Takiya stage. You know, they're not going to attack us right now. Hamas and the Palestinians are going to see terror attacks at a low right now as they rearm for the next round, which they will call Al-Aqsa Flood Part 2, probably in the near future. Uh, we did not solve any problem. I'm not a person who's going to say we won anything. We have a potential to win, but we didn't win anything yet. I think there's a lot more work to still do. Um, and we should go back to fighting. I really think that taking a break right now, unless what the US administration is proposing is actually backed by truth and reality, which it doesn't feel like it, because can we trust Turkey and Qatar? Absolutely not, to uphold their words. I don't have a lot of optimism on where we're going in the future. It just feels to me that we're going to be kicking the can down the road now and dealing with this again potentially in the future with a U.S. administration that's way less sympathetic towards Israel.
What do you
Um,
think? What do you think happens to Gaza? I was in the Hitnat Kut. I lost my house in the Hitnat Kut.
really,
I lived in Shirat Hayam.
really.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you a
Um,
picture of me being arrested while I got you.
wow.
What do you think is going to happen to Gaza? Do you think we're going to be in control of Gaza, or do you think that do you think we give it up to the United States or to the Gazan people? What do you think happens there?
I think a lot of Israelis are comfortable with at least occupying the northern portion of Gaza. I think it's fair to as a fair concession of war. Like we won that, we deserve it. They attacked this from us. They should. This is Arab society. At the end of the day, the only way they learn lessons is like this.
Mhm.
And I think taking and claiming the north of the Gaza Strip as as a sign of do it again, you'll lose more, is
Yeah.
a great idea. We should do that. At least the northern part of the Gaza Strip. I agree with that. Um, but I don't know. I think there's going to be an attempt. It looks like there's going to be an attempt to quote unquote fix this broken society.
Mhm.
I just, I had a chat today with Helen Noyer from UN Watch, and you see just the immense corruption and scam that is the Gaza Strip, that is the Palestinian cause
Mhm.
on a global level, it gives me zero hope that we're able to solve this issue, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
It just, unless there is actual reframing of the entire conflict, of how we're looking at it from an international level,
Mhm.
we're just going right back to the same. We're going back to the same old, same old. Like, what has changed? What has changed?
Right.
Nothing has changed from
Nothing at
October
all.
7th. Nothing has changed.
So, what do you think about like people like me who had a house? I mean, I live in America now, but people like me who, had to live there, like being able to go back and live there again and get our property back for free, because it was taken from us. What do you
Yeah, I'm
think
a bit
about?
of an extremist on the issue though, because I believe that we should all be able to live in this land. Everyone should be able to live everywhere. You and I should have rights to be able to live in Ramallah if we wanted to.
Yeah, I
I,
believe
I don't
that too.
believe in apartheid. I don't believe in ethnic cleansing. I don't believe in us being able to come in and tell people where they can and can't live, and vice versa. I don't think they should be able to tell us where we can and can't live. And the fact that in Ariel you have Palestinian students from Nablus and Ramallah who are studying in Ariel University, you know, building the houses of said occupiers and settlers. People don't know that Palestinians are the ones who build the houses in the West Bank, which is the most fucking absurd thing in the world, while calling them occupiers. Sorry, I don't agree with that. I think if a Palestinian can live in Ariel, and if a Palestinian can live in Haifa or in Tel Aviv or in Jaffa or anywhere else in Israel, I want the rights to live in Hebron. I want the rights to live in Ramallah. I want the rights to live in Jenin and in Tulkarem. I want those rights. So I believe you should have a right to live in Gaza as well. I don't believe in ethnic cleansing and apartheid. It's not right. And the Arab world needs to cut that shit out now. It's over. We're not in the cave ages anymore.
So, I finally got that picture. This is me being taken from my house in Gush
Wow.
Katif.
Wow.
Look at these guards. Look at these soldiers. I was like in my early 20s there. Crazy, man. Look, I even have
That's
like that
fucked up, man.
kippah with the pin.
That's really fucked up.
Man, but yeah, that was the safest time. And this is land rightfully Israel's by 1967 war, also the Sinai Peninsula. So, I
Ishai
appreciate.
Fleischer always says it. We can't give land for peace. The fact that you can see that your land is for sale or that you can give it to peace in the Arab world is the biggest joke in the world. They literally fundamentally do not they don't respect it. How do I know? Ask any Arab. If you're willing to relinquish any piece of your land for peace, they see that as a weakness.
Yeah,
No, 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 no. If we capture land now, that needs to remain under our power. Whatever we've captured in Syria, sorry, if you couldn't handle your country for the last 100 years to not attack us from there, doesn't matter who attacked us. I don't care that there's a new government. That shit's ours. We should keep it forever.
amen. Just because it's in the Bible, we should keep it forever.
I don't even need the Bible to justify. In the Bible, I justify in my heart. I don't need to justify in a geopolitical way. If you mismanage your fucking land, if you keep insisting on firing rockets at me, my grandma, my family from your piece of land, and you can't handle it, and you don't have the military to back it up, whether America supports me or not,
Right.
get fucked. That's my land now.
Get
I'm
fucked.
taking it.
Yeah.
That's it. Get fucked.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
buddy.
say on this show all the time, I believe in mass deportations. They come at me, they're like, "Do you believe in ethnic cleansing?" No, I believe in mass deportations.
Deport. Deport. Deport.
Deport! Deport!
Let's
That's
start with
funny.
Mamduki, man. We should start with Mamduki.
Yeah. And God bless the Druze, man. I know you do a lot for those people. God bless them.
God bless him.
May they survive this purge and may Israel step up. I always talk, they always like throw in my face, "Do you believe in greater Israel?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do." And they're like, "What what do you believe is the border of greater Israel?" I'm like, "If we just take the place where the Druze are, then we're good up in the north, like for now, for like the next maybe 50 to 100 years. And then we should take the entire Sinai Peninsula now, and then we're done." And then we're done. Got like 50 years. Don't worry about it. We're just going to build our space lasers and, do our thing. So, but yeah, dude, Tall Oran, everybody. This guy is crushing the internet. Bro,
Thanks, Adam.
where's your biggest following? Is it X? Is it
YouTube.
it's
YouTube by
YouTube?
far.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Bro, this freaking episode is my first episode that I'm allowed back on YouTube.
Oh, amazing. Mazal
I
tov.
have been kicked off of YouTube. Not only did I do everything that I did without any mainstream help, I was censored from the entire situation. It's probably how I ended up at InfoWars. But, on banned video. And, this show has survived the most insane censorship. And this episode, YouTube has just decided, like, hey, I mean, if we're going to allow Candace Owens to falsely slander and libel Adam King that he was a part of the plot to kill Charlie Kirk, we at least have to let Adam King back on the network. I mean,
I
like,
honestly, I appreciate where YouTube is these days as somebody who built his career on YouTube that was heavily censored, where they used to demonetize my videos when I made vlogs eating hummus in Tel Aviv. I shit you not, they would demonetize me just walking around eating
oh, so
hummus in Tel
you're the
Aviv.
hummus eating Israeli that Tucker's talking about? Oh my
I'm not. I'm
God.
not admitting to anything. Uh,
Cringe, Tucker.
but to see the fact that I can drop the word retard every 3 seconds in a video and I can still have it be monetized and make a living doing it. I'm so appreciative of where YouTube has come, and I want it. I say, let us all do it. Like, let the ideas win. Don't censor. Let everyone come on. Let everyone give their ideas, and inshallah, may the best men win. I think that when you watch my video about Candace Owens, I make a way more compelling case than Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. And the fact that they know who I am, which I know that they know who I am now, and they refuse to engage with me, to me, is the biggest win I can hold over their head. Like Myron Gaines the other week was asking for Zionists to debate. My tweet literally got more likes than him. My post on my community tab on YouTube got more likes than his whole tweet, calling him out to debate me. And he saw it and he ignored it. And that to me is a big fucking W. That shows that he's a pussy ass bitch. Can't back up what he has to say.
Myron Gaines looks like you're a pussy ass bitch. He's got a
You
point.
are. You've been
He's
called
got a
out.
point. He wants to goose step like a brown man and wonder if nobody's going to challenge him.
What's his name? Fuad Amar? Amar Khan? I
Amar
forgot his last
fooled, I think, because he
name.
fooled
Amar Fooled?
everybody. I think it's like Fodl or fooled.
Yeah, Fuddle, something like that. Amar Fuddle.
Something. I don't know.
Yeah.
He reminds me of like a Haj Amin al Hussein. Just like, oh, anything to get them. Like these
I'll get them
Jews.
one by one. One day I'm gonna get them all. I'm gonna hopefully get them all one day.
Well, you got one coming up. My friend Owen Schroyer. You're going to debate with him, Owen, and you
Hell
both
yeah.
agreed to a debate. We're looking for days. You heard it here first. Adam King plugging the first debate. It's going to be Tal Oran versus Owen Schroyer, moderated by
Get it
yours
going.
truly, Awesome Jew. We got that coming up in the near days. Dinesh D'Souza is coming on tomorrow to talk about his newest movie, The Dragon's Prophecy, which is all about October 7th and the Jewish claim to the land of Israel. That's going to be really fun. And we got like just so much crazy stuff. I'm really looking forward to your debate. That's what are you looking most forward to about? What do you got to say to Owen? Like you're weighing
You
up
know,
right now. What do you got to say to Owen?
I don't really engage with people who do the whole Jewish conspiracy theories, and he's big on that. And so I'm looking to just have fun. Like I talk to a lot of these Nazi sort of Jewish conspiracy woke right people on the right on Omi TV, and it's all foolishness. But if you don't feed into the Jewish conspiracy, if he wants to talk to me about Epstein, I had nothing for him. I'm not gonna engage. I don't debate in good faith. I say that all the time. I use bad faith arguments to win my conversations all the time. And
Wow.
I'm open about that. I'm not here to have a civil debate with you. I'm here to bully you.
Okay.
That's what
Owen,
I
it's
do.
blood sport, man. I've done it many times over by him. So, and Owen's a great faith guy, man. I've worked with Owen for a very long time, and he debated Ayal Jacobi, and that was just a legendary debate. Still, people are clipping that debate. It was unbelievable. Both sides were incredible and just gentlemen to each other. It was really, really that was like people were bleeding at the end of that debate and they were shaking hands at the end. And that's the type of fight that only men can have in the intellectual arena of mental combat. So I'm excited for you guys to go head to head, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes out of it. But
Me too, man.
one thing is for sure, he's a stand-up guy. Known him for a long time. His ideas might not agree with, but he himself has a lot of honor. So
Cool. That's good to
there's
know.
people, and those people with honor, the real win is changing them. That's what I believe. The real win is being able to change somebody's perspective so that they can join your side. Instead of
To me,
embarrassing or
it's all
make
about how somebody comes to the table. If they come to the
yeah.
table with a lot of aggression, a lot of cursing, a lot of insane things that
Hey,
they got nothing to back up, I'm here to have fun. If it can
yeah.
actually be civil, I'm all about having it be civil.
I'm all about the clips, baby. So like you guys come
I'll
with
give you some
whatever you
clips.
want. I got a lot of clips coming out. Anyone crashes out, it's like an immediate loss. So, you know. Anyways, God bless you, Tall. Keep up with all the good
Thanks,
work you're
brother.
doing,
Thanks
and
for having me on,
I'm
man.
really looking forward to seeing everything you got coming out in the next
Thanks, FT.
month, 2 months. I'll hit you up when I'm in Israel. We could party.
Sounds great, man. See you,
Peace.
brother.